When we think about awakening, we don't necessarily think about challenges and how challenges can be the stepping stones to awakening. There are three benefits that challenges bring with them once we are able to move past the initial physiological response. When challenges arise, they affect our experience, they affect our nervous systems and brains. And with it, our attention moves into the more instinctual part of our brain. We temporarily lose the access to our more rational, logical brain. So once we are able to get a hold of our nervous system, we can really see the benefits of a challenge. Number one, understanding and realizing the cause of suffering. You know, naturally, what we really want is to be here. However, when past is present, and also often when the just general flow of the ego mind is present, it looks like we want everything else. When challenges arise, there is an opportunity to refocus, even in a times of challenge, to refocus and to realize the cause of suffering, or even to realize that we actually are suffering. That's one incredible benefit of a challenge. You know, challenges also can, in a natural way, force a deeper level of surrender. You know, when challenge arises, there's not many options that we have. You know, we can either remain suffering, and that's sometimes called the dark night of the soul, you know, when the suffering is so intense and there does not seem to be an end to that. Or we can look for a way to be here with what is present. You know, and suffering can wear down the defenses, the ego mind defenses enough for us to be able to more simply, more naturally drop into a different level of surrender, and also to even just consciously begin to desire what we already desire within, what is our deepest and truest desire, but to more consciously begin to desire being here. You know, there's another benefit of challenges, and because we view challenges, you know, just for the content of the challenge, we don't view it from the perspective of it gives us an opportunity to grow our capacity to be here. You know, on the way to awakening, what is it that makes a difference? Of course, there are many elements, and I speak about this often. One of the elements is capacity to experience what arises. Ability to be present so that when past arises, when tendencies arise, you know, like the Buddha, who wasn't Buddha yet, sitting under the Bodhi tree and experiencing all these maras, the tendencies of the mind that were trying to take his attention. And he was just saying, no, I'm just going to be here. Capacity to be here, capacity to experience what arises, capacity for your attention to not to be taken when past is present, when challenges arise, which challenges are natural. So I'm very much looking forward to our time together speaking more about this and looking at how challenges can grow our capacity, our ability to be present, how challenges are and can become the stepping stones to awakening. And also speaking more about freedom and the finality of that destination. The finality of that destination right now, in this moment, and forever. If you are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe and share. That really helps for it to be more visible. And I'm always curious about your comments. Tell me, how do you experience challenges and the benefits of that? And I'm very much looking forward to our time together.